Good afternoon.
Welcome to the Must Love Yarn podcast. It is Thursday. It's July 25th.
I know. July is
almost over.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. So this is a knitting, yarn, crochet, sometimes fiber, sometimes spinning, needlepoint, other types of things, food and who's its and what's it, gardening and things podcast that we bring to you from our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont, where we sell all kinds of great yarn products, local yarn, more traditional yarns, and everything kind of in between. So, and you can find the shop out on the World Wide Web on all social media platforms as Must Love Yarn.
Yes.
So, and feel free to visit our online shop as well. So most of our products are available online. We do have some stuff we can't sell on the intertubes, but for the most part, all of our product in the store is available online. So
It is.
it is. And I don't even know who I am today. I'm Angela.
I'm Kelly.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as a Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins, and you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins.
Yep. And we do have a podcast mascot. So this is Cage the Meerkat. She is our mascot, which we sometimes neglect to introduce her or bring her over because we're bad stuffed animal parents. But she has kind of her own following and her own Instagram page, which has been super quiet. So the question, though, is, should Gage go on vacation with me? I think perhaps she should.
She could have all kinds of adventures.
She really could. So anyway, stay tuned. You can follow her out on Instagram if you would like to see what kind of shenanigans and trouble she gets into.
That's right, because she has her own Instagram account.
Yes.
That she is good at posting. She could accidentally hop on the luggage conveyor belt like that kid. Did you see that kid?
No, I missed it.
I forget where it was. It was at a pretty big airport, I think. I just caught it as I was getting ready this morning.
Yeah.
Just a little clip that this kid's he was young. I think he was probably maybe 3, 4.
Yeah.
Got onto one of the conveyor belts for the luggage.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I could see Gage doing that.
Possibly.
She's a bit mischievous.
She is a little mischievous. So she might want to go on a grand adventure. So anyway, stay tuned for that. So we like to start our podcast with our pick of the week. And the way the pick of the week works is for 2 weeks following when we post the podcast, you can get 10% off in store or online with the code that we'll give you for the product that we're going to share with you now. And it's another great sort of summer cotton yarn.
We've done it before.
Yep.
But we just got a new shipment in.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. And if you have any questions about where the coupon code goes, we did a tutorial for that in episode 73.
So this week we are doing Great Adirondack Yarn Company organic cotton. So we've done this before. I am not a huge fan of knitting with cotton, but
This stuff's great.
So soft. It's unbelievably soft. And once it's knit too, the knitted fabric is really soft too.
Yep.
And the colors are
they're amazing.
Fabulous. So there's 2 different products you'll see linked to. One is the regular organic cotton DK, and the other one is the organic cotton DK freeform. And what the freeform means is that they have, it's hard to see in some of them, but they've got some speckles and they're dyed a little bit differently. So you get a little bit of a different look. You can really see, I love this one.
That one is really nice.
Isn't that cool? So it's kind of neutrals, but then it's got the little bright pops of speckly color in there. So there's tons and tons of great colors. Look at all those.
I know.
Here's some different ones. This one's really fun. I think this is Starburst. Is that one? Yep, that's Starburst. It's really fun. And then that's Jelly Bean. So the regular ones, not the freeform ones, retail for $14 a skein. And the freeform are $1 more. They're $15 a skein. And I can give you...
So it's a DK weight yarn.
DK weight 315 yards. And yeah.
So if I remember, I can throw in a link to a project that I did with some of this. And actually what I did was I used this yarn for the color work portion. And it was mixed with either a Malabrigo or a Madeline Tosh wool. It was for a little baby sweater. So you can kind of get an idea of how the yarn plays, or that it will play nice with other, with merinos or wools.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
So it was, really nice to work with.
Ooh, they like to come on untwisted.
Yeah,
That's
the
okay.
cotton.
I will fix it after. So, what do we want to do for a code?
Why don't we do weekly pick freeform?
That's so funny. I was going to pick that one too.
Because I know we haven't used
We
that
haven't
one
used
before.
that one. Nice.
Yeah.
So, lots of great cotton options here. So, there's links in show notes.
Yep.
You can use the coupon code and get 10% off any of the in-stock Great Adirondack cottons that we've got.
Yep. For the next 2 weeks. So,
Yep.
yay.
Oh my gosh, the Noro Ito. That one was a very popular pick.
People were super excited.
We're almost
It was awesome.
sold out of it. It's a
Wow.
lovely yarn.
It is.
It's cool. A lot of people have been using it in the shift. The
night shift.
night shift. That's the shawl. Yeah, because that one takes the worsted weight. So people are using that as a lesser expensive version.
Yep. I can see
And-
that.
Yeah, because you only need, I think you can do it with 2 skeins, 2 that are kind of different, so that when those colors kind of mesh,
Yep.
they won't mesh. They'll be different,
Right.
Which is kind of the point.
That's the point. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
So yeah, I mean
Awesome.
it would still be pricey though.
Yeah.
Would not be inexpensive to do that for a shawl.
No, that's a fun one to try to use leftovers for.
Yeah, because you can really play with color on that.
So I don't have any finished objects this week.
I said, well, maybe I'll have my sweater done next week, and
Oh.
yeah, right. I have had no knitting time whatsoever. I've been doing lots of customer finishing projects at
Yeah.
the store. I never have time to knit on my own stuff at the store, but except for when we podcast.
Right.
And the rest of I was telling Ange about all the crazy shenanigans that I've been up to.
Yeah, just outside. And my work schedule's been just horrific.
Yep.
See end of tape about trying to go on vacation.
Well, and with it being so hot at the end of last week,
It was ridiculous.
it was hard to do anything. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to move.
I just wanted to sit. And the whole weekend, both my kids and at least one of my cats was if I sat down, they were like, we want to be right on you. And I'm like, it is too hot.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Get away.
Don't look at me.
It was insane. I was like, aren't you hot? My kids were like, no, we're fine. I was just like, oh my God.
That's funny because I was thinking about it and I was like, gosh, I don't remember ever being really hot, miserable when I was a kid.
I
And
don't think it affects them the same.
yeah, because I was like, I know we had some really hot weather at times when I was a kid,
Yeah.
but I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't really ever remember being super miserable. I mean, there may have been a couple times, but where you just felt gross.
We really noticed it at my house on Sunday.
Really?
Because I think people did not get good night's sleeps on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And so it displayed itself with some pretty significant out of character crankiness
Oh, dear.
by sort of everybody.
Yep.
We don't have AC at my house, so you just kind of suffer through it. But that's where we noticed it. And then, it's the second it cooled off, it was like everybody's fine. So
Yeah.
it has to be that.
I know. I started feeling the cool air coming in the window Sunday night. It was
That
just like
storm came through. Did you guys get it? Like, it totally rained at our house. We had like this huge downpour of rain, and as soon as that
yes
went through, like we like started opening windows like
Yep.
crazy, and you could just feel like the humidity blew out, like it all blew out, and you were like, oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
We did get that at my house too. Yeah.
Ugh, so glad.
I know.
So glad. So, but I have been working on a couple of different projects. Not different. One of them you've seen before, and one I was talking about starting last week, but ran into the needle gauge issue. Took Kelly's suggestion to measure the gauge on my Zwag, because that was a fingering weight sweater. So I did measure the gauge, and I was getting 22 stitches to the inch, or to the 4 inches on 5s for that sweater. I did decide to go down to 4s, mostly because the yarn I'm using is a single, and I was worried that if I did the 5s, the fabric would be too open. And I think I'm glad, just looking at this stockinette portion here, I think I'm glad I did it on 4s. I think 5s would have definitely been too open.
It'll plump up a little bit too once
It will. Yeah.
once you wash it.
Yeah.
Because those singles, they do have a tendency to do that.
Yeah, exactly. But not having did a gauge watch, I don't know how much it's going to plump. So, anyway.
I know. Yeah. Oh, wait. No, it wouldn't be 5 rows. It'd be 6, 7, 8 rows. 8.
Okay.
Oh, 8 rows.
Probably not. So, this is Maritimo. I talked about it a whole lot last week. Was getting ready to cast it on, and then
And a whole lot in the outtakes coming up.
Yeah. So it's a bottom-up, short-sleeved t-shirt, and this blue tealy. It can't make up its mind whether it's a blue or a teal. It depends on what light it's in. I think is the main color. So once I get done with the feather and fan portion, the body will be this blue color, tealy color. So I really like the way the colors are kind of coming together. It's got a little bit of a retro feel, but I think it'll be really nice. They'll be really wearable. And the short sleeve sweaters are nice because you can, even if it's cooler out, you can wear them over the top of like a longer sleeve t-shirt. So you can get a lot of wear out of them. And I think, this may become a travel project. I may take this one with me just because once I get past this feather and fan, and actually the feather and fan pattern, it's not that hard to memorize. It's pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Once you do that, it's a bunch of stockinette knitting.
For the body.
For the body. So, we'll see. I gotta sort that out. I gotta sort out travel projects. I think definitely Kobuk, because hats are always good. And if I could knock out 1 or 2 of those while I was gone, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'll probably take my blue vanilla socks and another skein of sock yarn to start, because I will finish those. They're pretty close to being done. And I usually like to take like one kind of bigger project. So sweater or a shawl or something. I don't know.
Go.
I should probably be good and take one of these projects that's almost done. So some things, instead of starting a new one.
Yeah, well.
But, I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to start new things.
Oh, my yarn wants to be.
Oh.
Come on. Oh, there we go.
Okay. So I did make a little bit of progress on my vanilla socks. And I'm just continuing to talk because I know
It's fine.
Kelly's you've got your sold.net.
Y'all have seen this. And it has not changed.
So I turned the heel on the last podcast with this. And then I did get all the stitches picked up.
Nice.
And am almost done with the decreases for the foot. And this is the second sock, so that's why I say I will probably need to take a second skein of yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So I can start another pair. Yep. Part of me is like, well, you should just finish these and then you can start a brand new pair. We'll see. We'll see. As I always say, I grossly overestimate the amount of time I have available to me to engage in knitting activities.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of stuff planned while you're out there, or are you just kind of rolling with it?
We're rolling with it, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So we have a few things planned, but lots of just kind of winging it on sort of a daily basis. So, yes. So, be good.
That's good. I like doing that for vacations. Like, there are some things that I know I want to make sure I have time to do, or I make reservations to do certain things. Mm-hmm. But I also like having some unplanned time as well.
Yeah. Yeah. We usually do a pretty good job of, like, a mix of both.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. So you're making some progress on Soldotna. Yeah.
I'm further along than I was when you guys last saw it, but not done. Not done. Look at
it's so pretty.
I got lots more dots.
Look at all those
silly
dots.
Long-waistedness. It's got benefits for some things. Like, I can wear high-waisted pants and they don't feel like they're, up to my neck.
Right.
But, let's see, where am I at? I'm at I got a half inch to go. But if I do an entire full repeat, I could do half a repeat.
You could do a half a repeat.
It wouldn't make a difference.
No, it doesn't.
I could do a half repeat because I wanted to get to 6.5 inches, because then with the little square bits and then the ribbing, that would put me at an 1.5 inches, and that would get me to 8 inches, which is what I measured to the bottom of this rib.
You could do a half repeat.
I'm gonna do that, and then I'll have enough yarn to do it.
Yay! So the other thing I've been working on is my glass houses shawl.
Mm-hmm. So pretty.
I'm not working on it right now because I just got to the point where I have to start another chart.
Yep.
So, but this one is just coming along.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Thank you.
It is so cool.
I'm loving these colors together. They're such different colors that you normally wouldn't put together.
I like it though.
But it's working.
Well, and that's the fun thing, because Malabrigo put those colors together.
Yeah.
And when you see the skein, it's so pretty. And then you just pulled that red out that was in there out of there to really amplify it. Mm-hmm. And it is just so cool.
Thank you. Well, it's a perfect pattern for it. Like, it's,
it really
and sometimes
is.
that just happens. You see skeins of yarn together, and then you see a pattern, and you're like, oh my God, that would totally work together. And it's a timing issue. Like, if we hadn't done Malabrigo that week and hadn't been playing around with those colors, and this pattern hadn't been released, this probably would not exist.
I know. That's so funny.
So the pattern is Glass Houses. By Monster Knits. So this is the pattern. So I am getting ready to start this section right here. So I'm getting there, but I'm in the the phase where there's lots starting to get more and more stitches. But it's a mosaic type knitting with slip stitches, and you're only using one color at a time, and just playing with sort of texture, and so it's.
And we're sorry for all the background noise today.
Yeah, there's lots of people in the store.
They were working on the air conditioner earlier, so they were walking all over the roof and dropping things and banging. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh God, please don't come through!" And now they're
doing something,
weed whacking or doing, I don't know what they're doing out there. They're doing something with more loud equipment, so
yeah,
we're doing our best.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the downsides of podcasting during the day and podcasting while the store's open.
Yep.
So you get some background noise. depending on what's going on in the store. And it sounds like it's busy, so that's good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we think it's very good.
Yeah.
It's been busy. There's been a lot of people in town. We get a lot of people that are visiting coming through, so.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is. It's really fun. I love hearing where everybody's from. We talked about doing one of those maps where you put the pin in from where you're from.
Yeah.
We should do that. We could
do it like back here on the wall back here.
Yeah, get a piece of cork and put a map over it, and that would be really fun.
Super fun. Super cool. We'll see if it kicks us off at 45 minutes here.
Okay, we're almost there. We're just going to sit here staring.
We're just kind of issue spotting this, shut down in the middle of the podcast thing that's happened the last couple of weeks. Because it's very weird.
It is.
It's not going to do it this week because we're watching.
It's like the countdown.
I know.
Well, it's perfect because of the moon landing thing that was earlier. Oh, we hit 45 and it hasn't kicked us off yet. And I just talked about Soldotna too.
So it's not that. Who knows? Yay, technology.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, so I really like that. I don't know if you've seen it yet, and I can't, of course, remember the name of it. But there's a new Stephen West shawl pattern, and it's kind of modularly knit. It's a bunch of triangles, kind of like what was it, Vertices Unite?
Oh.
I think that was the first one he did, and then.
I've not seen that one.
So yeah, it was just in my, your picks for you thing. It was just there, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And it had like it had this wide color of blue. It was kind of not really sky blue, but kind of sky bluish. But then it had a lot of other colors because you're all holding two strands of fingering together throughout. And it was really cool.
Let's go take a look.
I think it takes like 6 or 7 colors. But
that's the thing, lots of yarn, but if you've got a giant stash.
Well, and that's the thing. And that's the fun thing with holding a couple strands together because, you can really customize colors and blend and have fun. And you don't have to have, lots of one color. And a lot of us have, a skein of this and a skein of that. And, like, the colors he put together were kind of unexpected, but just awesome.
Totally worked.
Yeah, which he's really good at doing that anyway, so.
Nice.
Yeah, so while I'm doing my major clean out, see, I'm going to get sidetracked down there.
I know.
I'm going to, open up all my fingering weight yarn and be like, ooh, well, this could go, and this could go, and this could go.
We're in trouble if Kelly starts texting me pictures of combinations.
Dude, I'm on vacation. Stop texting me.
No, I'd totally be into it. Be like, yarn? Yeah, I'm in. Like, let's take a look. What are you doing? Show me.
See.
Let me see. So these are the only projects I've been working on.
Oh, well, this is the only thing I've been working on, knitting-wise.
It's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Well, look, see, we don't have a podcast next week. So the week, I'm going to jinx myself. The week after that, or whenever we come back, I'll have a finished Soldotna, and then maybe I'll have a new project, maybe the Stephen West shawl, that I will have started.
Yep.
So
I think
you'll get to see something different.
Next week we're going to have just a really little mini-sode
with
a pick of the week. Kelly and I will try to shoot on like Monday-ish, so early. Sorry, that actually is not. It will still load on Friday.
Yeah.
But just a little short episode. And then the week after that, if we can get our act together, we'll do like a mashup of, what the two of us have been up to. Or probably what's more likely is that there will be nothing the week of the 5th. We won't get our act together.
So I'll be like, how am I going to send these pictures and videos to Anne?
I think you can text them to me.
Can you do them in large-ish?
Or if you let me know you're dropping them into the Dropbox folder.
See, Dropbox won't let you put movies in.
It won't?
No, I've tried it.
Oh.
Video. And it wouldn't. It rejected it. It said this file format is not recognized.
I would maybe try texting them to me.
Okay.
You can send surprisingly large things via text.
I know, isn't it funny?
Yeah, it's totally weird. Totally weird. Because if
email
I can,
has usually like a 5 megabyte.
So if you can text it to me, and if I get it on my phone, I can save it, and then I can share it with the iPad, so it's totally fine. Yeah, because these two things talk to each other. So I would try texting it.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so sorry, that was a whole sidebar conversation about what we're gonna do the next couple weeks, because I'm gonna be away. Kelly and I are not gonna be in the same time zone.
Yep. And you'll hear in outtakes, I'm visiting Tammy down at Wing and Prayer Farm, so I get to see the little lammies.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so awesome. And so we'll see if we can pull some stuff together for you guys next couple weeks. But if we can't, and we just disappear for 2 weeks, that's what's going on.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. We'll be back the following week with hopefully lots of finished objects or
lots of started
projects with nothing completed. So we could too bad we can't run like a contest or a poll in the comments as to how many new projects Angela starts and how many she finishes.
Run it in Ravelry.
Oh my god. Well, oh yeah, we could set up a poll.
You can set up a poll in Ravelry.
God. That's actually funny. I might. Don't tempt me. That would be funny. Just to see. How many new projects I start. And how many I finish.
Kelly, finish her. Sold on. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, no, maybe. Kelly gets distracted with yarn while reorganizing the craft bunker and starts 7 new projects. Which is probably what also happens to me. So, the Lake Monsters game is on Saturday. But by the time this podcast airs, we will no longer have tickets available.
You might be able to, what you can do is if you want to come, so they're picking up the tickets from us tomorrow morning, any that we have left. Mm-hmm. But what you might be able to do is call the box office and say, hey, I want to come and sit with the Must Love Yarn people if you have any seats available near where they are.
Yep.
And we may not be right next to you, but it'll be closer anyway.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
It's a smaller crew going this year.
It is.
But that's fine too. It's still fun.
I mean, we go regardless.
I know.
So it's kind of a fun event. And last couple of years I've not been there the entire game because it just... We went a couple of weeks ago.
Did you?
And this is the entire time we were there. Halfway through the first inning, Abigail, is it time to go? Is the game over? You're like, no. End of the first inning. Is the game over? Is it time to go? You're like, no. Halfway through the second inning. As the teams are changing. Is the game over? No. Are we going to go home? No. This went on till we left in the sixth inning. Seventh inning. We had just finished the 7th inning stretch. We were like, yeah, we should probably go.
Oh, no. It's like, are we there yet? No.
Fine. Yeah. Is the game over yet? Where's Champ? I don't know. Champ's taking a break. Well, I want to see him. Well, I'm sorry. You can't right now.
You keep your eyes peeled. He'll be back. You let me know just as soon as you see him.
And I always ask for tickets right on the aisle because I know my family, we literally up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down 700 times for the 7 innings over there. And that held true. It was awesome. But it's just the way it is.
I know, because those rows are pretty deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you were in the middle of that row and had to ask all the people on the other side of you to get up 5 times throughout the probably more. It's a little unwieldy and unfair to those folks. Constantly having to get up. So yes, we always get tickets on the edge, on the aisle. Mm-hmm. So we're not disturbing others. But we also have the yarn swap on Saturday.
We do. So we're getting buried in yarn, guys?
We are getting buried in yarn. I did shoot a little video that I'm going to put in somewhere at the end, either in between this and the outtakes or after the outtakes.
So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of yarn.
The tubs and tubs of yarn that are here. So here's what's going to happen. So the yarn swap is scheduled to go from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. that seem long enough? Okay. Anyway, that's the time frame that's in the show notes.
It's long enough.
Okay. So from 11 to noon is going to be time for anybody who is a true swapper. So who brought in yarn, has tickets, is coming in to swap their yarn.
Yep.
But from noon to 1, we're going to open it up so if people want to come in and buy tickets to come shop at the swap, they can, because we had a bunch of yarn that just was donated.
That people just want it out of their house.
They don't want it. They didn't want tickets. They didn't want to swap for it. So we, and some really nice yarn. Sweaters quantity.
There's a lot of sweaters quantities.
Yeah. So, and what we're going to do is any of the money that is generated by people buying tickets, we're going to donate it to one of the 3 charities that we do the donations for in the fall.
Yeah.
So, and any of the leftover yarn would be available for people to use for charity knitting too.
Some of it we're going to just donate to, there's a couple charities around that need yarn.
Okay, cool.
Some of it we're going to donate to that, and other yarn we're going to hang on to and hold for people who want to do charity knitting.
Awesome.
And either don't have the resources available for buying yarn for charity knitting, or just need some yarn. So we're supporting people who want to do some charity knitting.
Awesome. So if you want to participate in the swap, but you don't have any yarn to donate or don't want to donate yarn, you can come in and buy tickets. And that would be from the noon to 1 time frame on Saturday.
Yep.
So, and there still is time to drop off more yarn if you want to be a true swapper. So, bring in more yarn. Andrea's up to her eyeballs in yarn.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you can donate. When you see this, it'll be Friday. So Friday you can bring in whatever you want for yarn.
Yep. And
if you come Saturday, you have to drop off between 10 and 10:45, and we're limiting it to 10 skeins.
Yep.
So.
Yep, because it all has to get cataloged and put in the right spot and ticketed and the whole 9 yards. So there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yep.
August 3rd, from 10:30 to 12:30, we have a class that's shifting stitches. So this is the technique that's used in the shift.
And it's a lot about the color theory that goes into picking colors and putting them together so that you really like the effect that you get too. Yep. So Andrea's teaching that, and I think it's going to be a really interesting class. I think there's only 1 or 2 seats left in that class.
Yeah,
so
I was noticing those were pretty popular.
Yeah, so we'll run it again in the fall, probably end of September, early October, somewhere in there, because it has been a really well-received class.
Yep.
We've gotten a lot of signups for, but
nice.
Yeah.
We've got the Shift Along cowl that's happening. So it's running now through the beginning of October. So it's for any of the 4 Andrea Mowry shift patterns that are currently out there. People are having a really fun time with that. Seen lots of different things. I still want to do the cowl one in the DK weight yarn.
That's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I want to do another one where that's less neutral. The one I did is really neutral. Although I really want to do that sweater and do it in handspun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
We have an upcoming cowl. It's a non-traditional cowl. So it's our Warmth with Yarn cowl. So it's basically our version of the mitten tree. And really the cowl portion of it is the time frame in which we collect people's donations for hats, mittens, gloves, scarves, shawls, socks.
You were on it this year. We were doing it ahead of time.
I know, because it was kind of a last minute idea last year, and it was still super successful.
So, you guys were amazing.
I know. I'm just giving people a heads up that we're doing it again. So we'll be collecting those items from September 1st to November 15th. We maintain sort of 2 different ways to sort of enter or participate. One is you can bring things into the store or mail them to the store. We had people mailing things to the store. We had people give us stuff at Rhinebeck. It was pretty amazing. And so you can win prizes that way for donating. And then we also open a thread on Ravelry. So if you are able to donate in your local community, which is, the idea is to keep it local, support your local community, but not everybody has the need for this type of stuff over the winter like we do here in the north. So if you donate locally, like we just have you post and then we tally that sort of separately. So we run sort of two different ways to participate. All the items that come into the store here, we donate to 3 local charities: Youth Spectrum Youth Services, COTS, and A New Place. So those are all 3 entities that are working with homeless or at-risk populations, people who need warmth over the winter for our very cold winters. So that, and I anticipate that we'll be doing the food drive again on Small Business Saturday. And again, that was like last minute advertised.
Yeah.
It was pretty successful.
And we'll do more this year before that comes up.
Yeah.
So.
The other thing that counts for the Warmth with Yarn Cal is market bags and also soap sacks. So Vermont's going to banning single-use plastic bags in stores. So
next year, right?
Next year, yeah, 2020. So people are going to need a way to like get their groceries home, or transport their groceries or other things, pharmacy items, things like that. So we thought that would be good to include that. We might hold those because we could potentially donate them to the food shelf when we take the food shelf stuff.
That would be a good one.
With the food drive. So
yeah,
maybe what we should do, since that's more the food drive one, is consider that a donation for the food drive for the entry for that contest for the market bags.
That's a good idea.
We'll take them in either place, but you could donate them in either spot.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's a good idea.
Yeah. So that's kind of our stuff coming down the pipe there. And of course, I'm going to go away on vacation. I'm going to have all kinds of ideas when I get back. Kelly's going to tell me I'm not allowed to go on vacation ever again.
That's not true.
No, I'm just kidding. So I'm working on a few things. We'll see.
Her brain is always going.
It's always going.
Great.
I cannot turn it off.
Most of the time, it's great.
So and stay tuned for some fun stuff that we're working on for Rhinebeck. So a little bit different than what we originally had maybe discussed. But I think you guys will think it's fun anyway. So
yeah,
working on some stuff there. Yeah. And we have a shout out.
We do have
another shout out.
I know. You guys have been visiting us.
I love it. It's fantastic.
Great. So we had Dolores stop in. Hi, Dolores.
Hi, Dolores.
Dolores is from Webster Groves, Missouri.
Wow.
Or Missouri.
Missouri.
Some people say it Missouri. Is it Missouri? Missouri. If you live there. Maybe it depends on where. Some places, like, geographically located within a certain area.
I can tell where people are from based on how they say Oregon.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Because some people say Oregon. Some people say
how you actually pronounce it.
Oregon.
Oregon. It's not Oregon. It's Oregon. Just saying. As a native Oregonian, it is Oregon.
Sweet. Oh, that's great.
Actually, I have bumper stickers that are the phonetic, like you can get out there. It's ORY-GUN. Oregon.
Oregon. That's so funny. I like it.
So anyway, I think that actually the University of Oregon, the Ducks, I think that they sell that like it's a.
Do they? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, just totally.
That's okay.
Welcome to this podcast. This is what we do. Off in the weeds.
So thanks, Dolores.
Yes, thank you,
for
Dolores.
stopping in. Oh, we also have to do a shout out for Gail.
Yes!
Gilly Gail.
Gilly Gail.
For stopping in too. Oh my goodness, she brought some goodies up from CC's. I love Shaun the Sheep. He Shaun the Sheep. He Shaun the Sheep. I won't sing the whole thing, I promise.
It's a cute little book for Abigail.
Timmy, look, it's Timmy. If she doesn't want it, Angela can give it to me for my birthday.
I will re-gift it back to Kelly. No, I'm sure it will get traction at my house.
I was just watching Shaun the Sheep the other day.
Were you really?
Yeah, because they have some on Amazon Prime.
Yes, they do. Though, I just got an email from Amazon Prime. They're no longer going to support streaming services through Sony Blu-ray players.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. And that's what you use?
Which is what I use. They were like, don't worry, you can buy the Fire Stick. And I was like, I don't want to buy the Fire Stick.
We get ours through Roku box, so.
I have an old Roku at home, but I don't know if it will still. I mean, it's like old, like 6 years ago, old kind of.
We got a new TV this year too, which we're
Is it
not
one of
like
those smart TVs.
It is a smart TV, and we're not techno people, but because we still use our Roku box, we just plug that in, and like all the stuff on the smart TV pops up, and then the Roku box comes on, and that stuff goes away, and the Roku box comes on.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Our other TV was starting to like. Sometimes the volume would work, and sometimes it wouldn't. Sometimes there'd be no sound at all. Sometimes the TV would come on, and sometimes it would. It was 10 years old.
Yeah.
Like 10 years old. But I hate, like, we're not tech people at all. So, like, throwing something
well, you don't
away.
Like, oh, well, I need the new one because it's.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
We don't get new technology. Like, our phones are, like, really old. Well, they're not that old because we had to replace them a while back.
I tend to upgrade my phone pretty regularly because
I
use it for work.
Yeah.
And I find that about the time it because it gets so much use, like it just it on sort of that 2-year cycle. But I usually what happens is my old phone gets then passed to my husband, so
who is like an anti-phone person.
Yeah, he doesn't really want one anyway, so having like my old like super beefy phone from a few years isn't really that big of a deal.
Yes.
He uses it some, but not as much as I do, with as many apps and pictures and crazy stuff, like tons of yeah. He's like, how come you don't get any messages that your phone is out of memory? And I was like, because it's all backed up to the cloud. And he was like, well, can I get the cloud? And I was like, I don't think I can share it with you. Like, I think it's on a per phone. He's like, well, how? And I was like, it's like 2 gigs in the cloud. And he was like, what?
You can set up your own cloud account.
You can set up your own cloud account. He's like, well, how do I do that? And I was like, well, you got to use your iTunes. Well, like the whole thing is like keeps changing. Like what used to be the old iTunes account, it's just like, and anyway, it's very confusing. But, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, so I just got that notification about the Sony thing, and I was like, well, that stinks.
Yep.
Well, Amazon, maybe we'll just stop streaming you. Just stick with Netflix. Wah, wah. Because I don't really want your Fire Stick.
So take that.
Take that. Actually, I'd probably buy a new Roku before I would buy a Fire Stick.
The Rokus are really inexpensive. The Roku sticks are like $30, I think.
Yeah.
So
I don't think the Fire Stick's that expensive. Actually, what I would probably get is like either the Google one or the Apple one, which I think you can stream through on those platforms too. So.
Well, and then you can stream right from your phone or your iPad too onto the TV.
Yeah.
You know what I discovered?
What?
That this laptop that I have, I can mirror the screen to my TV through the Roku box or through the TV.
Isn't it cool?
So I can like sit there like on my couch and look at this giant screen. Yeah. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. I use that for YouTube. So I can
do it from my phone too.
I can pull up something, a video or something on YouTube, and I can mirror it to the TV through the Sony box. Yeah. And I mean, the downside is that it takes that device offline. But you know, for some stuff, it's like if we found like a video that like William wanted to watch or something, or occasionally I'll do a podcast through there, though not as much.
I do on occasion do podcasts that way too, but I didn't know that I could do it with the computer too, and it was wild. That's awesome. I know, because I was sitting there typing and like, wow, look at that! It's like
it's huge.
It's like a giant monitor.
Sweet. I know, technology. It's crazy. Wild. Just wild. I remember days before internet.
I could bring
and days with dial-up.
My old TV that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Set it on my desk as a monitor. It's 40 something inches. We don't get giant TVs either. Yeah. And then sometimes when it works, have it as a giant monitor.
You could. maybe today I'll have a giant monitor. But maybe not. It's hard to tell.
It depends if it decides to turn on or not.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else.
Me either. And has to skedaddle
Good, I
because
do
she
have
has
to skedaddle.
another meeting she's got to go to
I
today.
know.
Some days.
Some days.
She's getting ready for vacation.
Some
so
days
she's
I
gotta
pass
cram it all
myself
in.
coming and going. Yeah, and I just accepted a board of directors position.
Of course you
as
did.
well. Volunteer, of course. So
That does not surprise me about you at all.
added that to my plate because I don't have enough going on.
Nope.
It's only once a month, mostly via phone.
Only, she says.
Yeah, I know, right?
Only. I don't know how you do it all.
It's for a good outfit.
I'm
so.
sure it is. I am sure it is.
And I'm winding down some other obligations.
That's good.
So I was like, this one's winding down, this one's new,
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it's nice. It's a way to get back.
Good.
So anyway.
Nice.
Well, you're right, because I don't have enough going on.
Yeah.
And
Very busy lady.
so we have not been super good about advertising. We mentioned it really briefly a few months ago, but we are going to do another retreat.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be at the beginning of June in 2020. Yep. So it's basically the first weekend in June. Whatever those dates are, I don't know what they are off the top of my head. Thursday through Sunday, like we did before.
7th and something. I don't remember.
No, it's like the very first week. I'm gonna say it's like the second, third kind of deal. So block that weekend off if it's something that interests you. Probably in the beginning of 2020, we will start talking it up more, making tickets available.
Yep.
There's probably going to be a small price increase for some of the single rooms and probably for the double occupancy rooms, just so we can make sure we can offer as much stuff as possible for everybody.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. So we're pretty excited. We had so much fun at the last one.
Oh my god, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I still didn't get it wasn't that we had 30-something
32,
people?
34 people, I think.
And there were some people there that I did not get a chance to really sit down and chat with, too.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Hopefully this year.
Yeah. So, anyway.
It's kind of like, when you have at your wedding.
Yeah.
Where there's so much planning that goes into it for so long, and then the day of it comes, and you're like, that's it? It's over?
Yeah.
And you're like, I didn't get to talk to so-and-so or so-and-so, and you made a special effort to make sure you could see as many people as possible. But yeah, I totally remember that from my wedding.
This year, this one, I will for sure make sure that I'm blocking out dates with the court. So anyway, that's my own personal reality.
It'll be a nice time of year too.
Yeah, it will be lovely. So anyway, so mark your calendars for that. We are doing it again. Yep. But be fun. And really, for reals this time, I think we all done. Are we all done?
Wait, what? What are you talking about for reals?
Well, we were wrapping up, and
know.
then I totally derailed us again, and then okay.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for stopping by and hanging out with us for the hour plus. Knitting along with us. I know many of you use us as your knit group, so we're
honored
so
to be your
glad
knit group.
that we can be your knit group.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We like being your knit group.
Super fun.
It'd be really fun to just be able to invite you in and have you here in our
I know.
knit group.
We need to do another YouTube live.
Yeah. We should
figure out when we could fit that in.
Yeah.
Because that's really fun for people. That's kind of more like we don't end up doing much knitting on the YouTube lives, but if we can project it up on your TV, Kelly, we could we could see ourselves on the big screen. No, I'm just kidding. Woo! we should plan another one. We haven't done one of those in a couple of years.
You know what we could do? Because my internet is a little bit iffy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could upgrade my internet. But we could come here like on an early Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I know people on the East Coast, it might be too early for some people.
West Coast.
I mean, or West Coast, yeah. West Coast. But you could watch the replay, I guess. It wouldn't be as fun because you wouldn't be able to
ask questions or chat.
Or you could just, it wouldn't have to be really early because our knit group is, the store opens at noon. So even if we did like a 11 or 10, we come in, get set up at 10, start recording by 10:30, do an hour or so.
Yeah. I mean, really, we're the only people that have to be dressed. Like, we can't see you guys, so if you want to hang out with us in your pajamas, because it's 7:30 in the morning there, like... That
works for me.
Yeah, works for me, too. The other option, and I can't believe I'm suggesting this, is to do it at the end of the day on Sunday.
Yep, we could do that, too.
4:30 or something right after the store closes for, like, an hour before dinner.
Yeah, because then it'd be midday for people on the West Coast.
Yep. And it might also catch some folks if they're overseas and they want to watch, because it would be kind of early evening, kind of split the difference there.
We could do that.
So
that would work too.
Another option.
Yeah.
Maybe give us some feedback in the comments if you have a preference, if we were going to do a YouTube live.
Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays is the days that Kelly and I really... is the only day we have available to coordinate something like this.
For the live part of it, yeah.
Yeah. So whether, would you prefer we start something mid-morning, like 10:30, 11-ish, or like 4:30 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time?
Yeah. So based on where you live, what's easier for you to catch?
Let us know.
On a Sunday.
Yeah. Let us know. And we'll try to get something on the books.
Yep. And maybe we'll just at some point do one of each if we get a lot of feedback for both. So.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right.
So maybe we'll see you next week.
Right.
Actually, I think we will. I think we can manage Monday, some sort of short episode. Yeah. It won't be a true full episode. It may be Kelly and I standing behind the counter like we've done before. Mm-hmm. It'll be a little hodgepodgey. But we'll get you something next week. Week after, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not promising anything because I know us. And we always say we're going to do it. We don't ever.
Right.
So.
I've almost got my repeat done while we've been sitting here.
I'll make William bring his knitting, and then he and I can do a mini-sode while we're on vacation.
That'd be great. People love that when you did that clip.
I won't have the tripod. I have a tripod at home to set up the iPad, so we'll have to, we'll figure something out. Yeah. I might be able to pack my mini tripod that I use for my phone.
Yeah.
And then film it on the phone and then transfer it to the iPad. Oh, well, all right. We'll figure it out.
You don't need to hear all that.
Yeah, I know you guys like the inner workings of the crazy brain here, so. Anyway.
We'll see you for a very short episode next week. And then we may or may not see you the week after that, but we'll see you the week after that.
Yes. The week of the 12th. For sure. Okay. All right. Bye. Start with our chit-chatty, whatever. You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if with one of the updates, because this thing's kicked off about the same time both times, at about 45 minutes. So I'm wondering if it's some internal thing that's been updated where you can't record longer than 45 minutes or it kicks you off.
So when you go to buy cameras, digital cameras that can record video, if you buy them in the U.S., they can't record more than half an hour at a time. If you buy the international version, you can record it for as long as you want. So I'm curious if it's maybe something like that.
But it hasn't been a problem before.
Yeah, but if they did an update and they have new regulations that they have to meet.
Yeah, that's totally entirely possible, and would also explain why it the last 2 weeks it's kicked off about the same time.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't impacted like the sound or the sound quality or, it's nothing related to that. It just seems to just stop, and then we have to regroup and start again. I mean, I was accusing your soldotna of being the cause because both times when you were talking about your soldotna, that's when it kicked off. But
I guess it shows consistency.
yeah, I don't know why the tripod is apparently shorter because our heads are cut off.
Oh, you didn't put the second set of feet part way out.
Yeah.
You sometimes put them out like that much.
I was trying to make it so there was not so much white space above our heads.
Well, we can back it up a little bit.
I did pull it closer too. We'll just raise it up a little bit. Hang on, guys.
Whee!
Whee! Oh, is that better?
You might want to do the back one too, because then that'll tip it towards us a little bit, and then we won't have lots of white space up
Is that better?
here.
Tell me when.
Go down. Down a little bit more. Perfect! It's just hitting the top of my head, but I think when it goes...
We have extra space around the
Yeah.
edges, yeah. Seriously, one of these days I am going to mark it with like a marker. So I know exactly where to, but it doesn't really matter. But I am going to eat my cupcake that Kelly got for me because it was my birthday.
Since I had no wolf down food, I was like, I'm not going to eat mine yet. I got cupcakes for Ange and everybody in the store. Well, not everybody.
Not everybody in the store.
Everybody
People
that
who
works
people
in
who
the
work
store.
here.
I didn't know how many people were going to be in the store at the time. Actually, when I handed them out, there was only the 4 of us. So
That's true. That's true. Yes. Well, it's my birthday on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I am officially 12. Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's really funny. So your birthday is on the 23rd. My sister's birthday is on the 23rd of another month, and my brother-in-law's birthday is on the 23rd of a different month.
Whoa.
So, and that's how I can remember everybody's, because they're all 23rds, but they're just different months. It's really funny.
The only reason I can remember everybody's birthday is because they're all on my calendar.
Birthdays is one thing. Like if I know, like some of my friends from high school, I know their birthdays, just because it's, you know, we were all of our birthdays were pretty. A lot of us were born in the fall, so.
And apparently the only way I know we've hit like our podcast anniversary or the store opening anniversary is because Facebook tells me. And I'm like, oh,
Congratulations! Or here's your pictures from
a year ago.
however many years ago.
Or 7 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, happy birthday, me.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Oh!
Ah! What?
Wait.
Look, we remembered Gage. Actually, we didn't remember Gage. Andrea brought Gage over because we're very bad stuffed animal parents.
Yes. We're gonna lose custody.
We
We're not
might.
careful.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's for you.
What's
Happy
for me?
birthday.
What? Oh, that?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't wrap
You were
it.
so sneaky. I was like, wait, what?
What am I?
What?
What's mine? What are you talking
I don't
about?
know. What? My lap? No.
Your cupcake.
My cupcake?
Your half-eaten cupcake.
Ooh.
I didn't wrap it and do all fancy things.
Ooh. It's yarn.
It's yarn.
Clearly,
And a teeny tiny little cute project bag because Ange is a birder. So it's a little chickadee.
Oh, it is a cute little chickadee. Look at that. So cute. Look at that cute little bag. Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
That is adorable. And one can never have too many project bags or
Well, those-
bags in general.
Those little ones are so nice to just because it's nice
Use
to
them for
have
other
something
things,
to
too.
put it in and then put it in a bigger bag so that it doesn't
Yes.
turn into a tangled mess.
Yes.
Because I usually have multiple projects.
Oh, what? I don't know anything about that.
I know.
I don't know anything about having multiple projects.
No, not at all.
And I'm going to end up casting on probably a bunch more because the things that I'm working on currently I am not viewing them as very good travel projects. So I need new travel projects, which require it's a problem.
Oh darn! I have to start something new.
But I'm having a hard time figuring out what I want to take with me, what I want to work on. Maybe I'll take Maritimo and a new pair of socks. I'm far enough along on the blue socks. I don't really want to take that because I'll finish them. Well, I mean, that's good, but I'd have to bring another skein of sock yarn.
Right.
I just started another pair. But I did wind up yarn for Kobuk. So I considered taking that. Because if I could finish, cut a couple of small projects and you actually finish something, I might be excited. And I grossly overpack anyway for yarn. Because heaven forbid, I think I'm going to run out and finish all of the things.
Think most people do that with their project yarn.
And never, and it's not like there's no stores out there where I'm going to buy more yarn if that happened. Heaven forbid.
Oh my gosh. So, Liz from Kingdom Fleece and Fiber Works came in yesterday and she brought us a restock, which we've got to... We're getting ready for the swap, so we haven't had a chance to go through it all yet.
I'm going to insert a video. Well, you'll have already seen the video. Actually, I can't decide if I'm going to put it before the outtakes or after, but somewhere in here is a video of the yarn swap yarn.
Yeah. People have been majorly destashing some really nice yarn, too. But, so anyway, she was talking about how much mileage you had gotten out of the Muscle of Yarn colorway, and she's like, I didn't have time to dye any more of that. She's like, I really wanted to. She's like, gosh, Angela's just been knitting like crazy with that color. And I was like, I know.
It would be great if we could get some, because I could bring in the blackberry shawl and it could be here for a shop sample, and I hesitate to bring it in because people are going to be like, I want that color. And if we don't have it.
I know. No, I think she's going to, but...
Okay. Well, let me know when it shows up, because I'll bring in some of that stuff for shop samples.
Yeah. She was saying that the space where she does the dyeing is in the same place where her mill equipment is, so she can't do both at the same time, so she's then trying to fulfill some of her mill orders, and then when she gets that done, then she can do some dyeing, and then... So it's a balancing act, so... And I was like, that's totally fine, and we're just glad to have...
Her stuff's beautiful.
It's really lovely, yeah. So
I know. I was eyeballing some of the mohair, because if I'm gonna do that no frills with mohair, I'd love to support some local folks as well. See if anything caught my eye, but I don't have time to deal with that today.
You could take that on vacation.
I could.
If we talk really fast and I don't have like anything to talk about project-wise today.
I can come back Monday or Tuesday.
Then, I'll have
William with me.
You're not leaving until later.
I'm not leaving until Wednesday. And I've told all of my people, now out in podcast land to thousands of people, that I'm actually around Monday and Tuesday. Though my out of office says I'm not, but it's okay.
You're not. I didn't hear it.
I'm not going to edit it out. I don't care. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I might pop in with William one of those days if I haven't figured out.
Excellent.
I think I'm leaning towards...
You should come in on Monday because I'm here.
Are you here? Well, we do need to do a mini podcast, which was one of the other things we needed to chat about, was when we were going to do that. So Monday might be the day. So it may literally just be us picking a new pick of the week and being like, no progress on anything. And me giving everybody the update of what projects I'm taking on my vacation.
Sweet.
To get everybody like a little mini episode next
You're back
week.
Mid-August, yeah, like
back the week
10th,
of the 12th. Yeah.
12th, somewhere in there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so the week of the 5th, no podcast.
I'm going down and seeing Tammy on the 6th. And see those new babies.
Oh my god.
I know.
Actually, what would be really cool, I don't need to make more work for myself, you take some video, send it to me,
You can
and
put
I
that
can
in.
intermix it with some video or stuff from what I've been up to, with maybe a little short update. I'll have my co-host William with
Excellent.
me. We could do just a little like bloop that week. That's no pick of the week or nothing.
So people don't miss us.
So people
for
don't
too
miss
long.
us. So maybe we'll
They
do
need
like
a
a
break
little.
from us.
They might do like a little mashup episode.
That'd be fun.
It would be fun.
Could go snuggle
So-
those babies.
So if you think of it
Okay.
and you take some video,
I usually at least take pictures, but I'll try to take some video too.
if you take pictures, I can just plop them in with some background music.
Okay, that too.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, I mean, I'm totally, that would be fun. If, I don't get my act together and get a episode together, we could just use them some other time when I have some conflict, because I do have a couple coming up that we'll either have to move our record date or not record that week. So,
Okie dokie.
yeah. Yep. So it happens when you go on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
This week is insane, and then when I get back, it's also insane.
Yes, you need a vacation from the vacation.
Yeah.
Yep. I know my husband is that way because he's like, my inbox gets so full. Like, yeah, I know.
It's ridiculous, the amount of emails that I get from multiple sources on multiple email accounts.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is.
I get emails too, but I usually just end up. I deal with some of them if they're ones that have to get dealt with. But
Yeah, I do too sometimes. I'm trying to be better about going on vacation.
It's so pretty.
Kelly's like, please don't fit. Please don't fit. Please don't fit.
No, I won't do that. That is stunning.
So excited. This is bleeding on my hands.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. It might very well be that I can't wear this
Your
because
alkaline.
of whatever my body pH is. Does not cooperate with whatever that dye is. Yeah. Kelly's like, that's so sad.
It might not mind too, because
So we'll see.
darn it,
I know, isn't that beautiful?
it's stunning. So pretty. It's really striking.
Thank you. I think I am going to have enough of these two counter color, well, particularly of this one, because I have a orangey red color, so the deep that's in there. And a pair, there's a couple other like Novelli, like I could do this with the orangey red other skein that I have, counter color, and then find like even like a blue or like a light gray. I actually have a light gray that I would have enough for Novelli to knit out a stash.
Nice.
So these are the kinds of things I think about when I'm knitting this. Like, how else could I use this yarn? With what other colors in my apparently deep dark stash?
I know. Oh my gosh. My room is a disaster right now because I moved that desk out and I moved that table in, and so I just like shoved everything out of the way. But I'm going through it like with a fine-tooth comb now as I'm like putting it all back together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just need to do this, and it needs to get like cleaned.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a long process, but it's gonna be so much better when it's done.
I also have that Cece's Wool yarn baby that's kind of this color.
Oh yeah.
It's a little different shade.
Yep.
But so I'll have to do the, lay them out on the bed and see which one's gonna look the best. But pairs I may have yarn to knit Novelli. Just have to decide which little bits and bobs I want to use. Super exciting. But again, getting the most mileage from your leftovers.
Yeah, it's great. awesome.
I know.
I think I was going to do one more repeat in this section after this one, but my yarn, my green yarn is getting low, and I still have that section where you'd have to do the little square with your other color.
Yep.
So I don't know. So that would mean, because this is that one, that would mean 5 more rows. And I bet I could do it. I bet there's enough there. I mean, I can buy more.
I was going to say, worst case, if you ran short, do we still have that color?
I think so. I really have to do a reorder from these guys.
Yeah.
I think so. I think we've still got it. I'll look before I get
might
too far, but
set that aside just in case. Yep. So how funny was, have you seen any of the comments from the last week's podcast?
I don't know. Maybe I saw a few, I think.
So a recent one from like the last couple of days.
Oh no, I haven't looked recently.
So let me make sure I get the right name. I think it was Kristen. She commented that she stopped in to buy some yarn, and she picked up a fiber stash in like a purple sparkle colorway, and then separately her mom had also stopped in and bought the same skein of yarn.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, what are the chances?
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was Kristen. Yeah, so she was going home, she was passing through, and she bought some yarn, purple sparkle by Fiber Stash, and then a week later, without knowing what she bought, her mom was in the area and visited the store and bought the exact same colorway.
That is so funny.
I love it.
That's something my mom and I would do.
Yeah.
We have similar tastes and things, and that's she doesn't knit, but that's the kind of thing, like, and for something else, like fabric or something that we would do.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, it was awesome. Sorry we missed you, Kristen.
I know.
But we're glad you found the purple sparkle yarn by Fiber Stash. I'm wondering if it was the Ursula colorway, which I love. Love, love, love,
Do we have that one in a sparkle?
We did for a while. I don't know if we still do.
Yeah. I know I've got to have Christy come in and restock us too.
Yeah.
Before too long, she'll be gearing up and dying for Vermont. She's got a lot of shows right after. I don't know if she's doing Southern Adirondack. She has done in the past. I don't know if she's doing that again or not this year. I think Liz said that's the one that she's doing for the first time this year.
Okay. It would be fun to scoot down to that. I haven't been down to that one.
I haven't been to that one, and at some point I want to go to a New England.
Yes.
New England Fiber Festival, Northeast Fiber. I don't know, whatever that one at the Big E.
Yep.
I've heard that one's really nice too.
Yep.
And it keeps getting better. So
I know William. I keep placating William because he's very into like what I'm doing. And so I was buying tickets for Indie Untangled on Saturday, and he was like, "Are you getting me a ticket?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Why not?" And I was like, "Because you can't come with me." He's like, "But I want to go." And I'm like, "You can't go to Rhinebeck." I said, "But you can go to Vermont Sheep and Wool with me." And he's like, "Okay." So for right now, that's working to placate him. But because he was also.
Day.
It is a long day, but he was also in the car with me when I pulled over to buy Needles Up tickets. So the poor kid has been like subjected to, we got to do this right now because I got to get these tickets.
That is so funny.
For like the stuff leading up to Rhinebeck. And
so it must be really important, you know.
Yeah, my mom pulled over to do this.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
He was literally cheering me on from the backseat.
Was he?
Yeah. He was like, "Go mom! Go mom!" He's like, "Did you get him?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah."
That is so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Well, I will say the Needles Up one, you had to buy one. I had to buy one at a time.
Did you?
Yeah, you couldn't put multiples in your cart, so I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Let's
do this."
Go.
The one upside is that website allows Apple Pay, and because I was on my phone, like it was like super quick. It was
like,
literally like click, 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 click.
Oh, that's good.
Yay for technology. Sometimes, yeah. Unlike the Indie Untangled, where I was like, oh, I need my credit card. I can't PayPal.
Like,
I
darn.
had to go on a credit card out of my wallet. Totally fine. We get tickets. We're going from 4 to 6. So if anybody, if you're there in the 4 to 6 slot at Indie Untangled, come say hi.
I know I didn't go last year, so I'm curious to see.
The new location is amazing. It's gorgeous. Like, it's great setup. Like, the ticket system is so much better. It's not crowded. It's,
lower key. It's more relaxed.
Way more relaxed because people show up for their slot instead of like tons of people, waiting to get in because they're at occupancy, and it's just it's nice. I mean, definitely some booths were really crowded, and you would just kind of go past and then come back as the crowds sort of waned. But definitely, 2 hours is definitely enough to go through the whole thing.
Nice.
See what you want, like have time to shop. Like, I didn't feel pressure. I don't even think we got there on time. I think Jen and I were there for like an hour.
A little later, yeah.
And it was totally fine.
Huh. That's great. Yeah, and the vendors were good about holding some stuff back.
There wasn't like you walked in at the last slot
and there was like nothing left.
There was nothing on the walls. I mean, they were fully stocked. It looked. I mean, I don't know if some of them had like special event colorways that maybe sold out or something. I don't know, but they all were really well stocked and had lots of options, and yeah. Anyway, so we'll be around. We'll be around all weekend.
We'll be here all weekend.
Taking this show on the road. So come find us. Come find us. Say hi. We'll try to remember Gage. We're horrible parents. So, anyway.
Somebody's going to have to knit our Rhinebeck sweater.
Oh, man. That's funny. That is funny. All right, we should probably start this.
Yep, we should.
See what time that is. Yeah, we should start.
Yep.
Okay. All right. 23 minutes of outtakes. I think people enjoy this section more than they do the rest of it, so.
I know, because the episodes that we do that are almost like all one outtake, people seem to like that one. So
yeah.
When we do those.
So, all right. All right, so we're giving everybody a little preview here of what we got going on for the yarn swap, which is happening Saturday. And we have so much yarn that we're going to sell tickets. People can come in and buy tickets to just like, quote unquote, buy yarn as opposed to swapping in the traditional sense, because we have yarn everywhere. And that's saying a lot because, we're a yarn store. So one would expect us to have yarn everywhere, but just a little more out of control yarn. So, come one, come all, Saturday.
Tickets will be
$2
for $1, $25 for $10.
Okay, so there's that. The first hour is going to be for the true swappers, and then after that, open to the public.